Neppers! This is the Nep Queen, and welcome to the series that I'm pretty sure a majority of you have been waiting for. Hyperdimension Neptunia Re, Birth2 Sisters Generation. We are finally going to get this project started. I'm sorry I kept you all waiting so long, but it has been pretty difficult for me to clear files on my computer for this game. So for those of you that are new, and I'm sorry, I have to press buttons, otherwise the screen is going to switch back to the opening and then I will get copyright busted. But yeah, I'm talking for a little bit first. So for those of you that are new, you can go back and watch Rebirth 1, but it's actually not really necessary. Unless you want to just know more lore and story of the Neptunia series, feel free to go and watch that one first. However, if you already know of this game and are just excited to watch me cover it, then we're going to get started. I hope you guys are as excited as I am. So, let's start a new game. Oh, cutscene. I better be quiet.
That's all? You! Take this! Ha! Damn you! Too slow! Prepare yourself! Be gone! How's this? Take this! Gotcha! Yeah! Yeah! There! Be gone! That's all?
Didn't she just say that?
Neptune. No way. My sister. All 4 of the CPUs. We don't have a chance. Please stop this! At this rate, Gameindustri is doomed.
Okay guys, I'm gonna take a moment to talk about this. Or rather, I'm going to rant for a little bit here. So there is only one issue I do have with this game, and I thought I'd get it out of the way. But if you're not interested, here's the timestamp for you to skip over all of this. So, as I was saying, there is only one major criticism I have with this game, and that is the voice acting and voice performance. Now, I'm not saying that the voice acting is bad, it's fine for what it is. However, to me, it is bland, flat, and just has zero emotion. And I bet you're wondering, how could I possibly judge the acting if it's the first time I've heard it? Well, that's just it. It's not the first time I've heard it. This game is actually a remake of the original sequel to Neptunia, Hyperdimension Neptunia Mark II. And in my opinion, the vocal performance is very different from what we saw here. Just to show you what I mean, I'm going to play the last few seconds of the same scene we just saw, but from Mark II, and I want you to pay close attention to Nepgear's vocal performance. Ready? Let's roll the clip.
No way! Not even my sister and the other CPUs can stand up to her! No! Please, stop this! If things go on like this, Gameindustri will be reduced to rubble!
And there you have it. While it is a small change, it is certainly noticeable. Feel free to compare the two as many times as you need to choose which version you prefer. And feel free to let me know in the comments which version you like more. But yeah, to me, I think I can safely say that every single vocal line of dialogue spoken in Mark II is superior to Rebirth 2. And as someone who's both a fan of this series and someone who's passionate about voice acting, this disappoints me. It shows how little they cared for this remake when it came to the vocals, and it shows. It kind of reminds me of the dull performance in the live-action adaptation of The Lion King compared to the original that Disney made, and I think we can all agree on that. So don't be surprised if you hear me audibly groan or sigh when it comes to the vocals of this game, as I have heard better. There will be one more comparison I make much later in this playthrough, but it won't be for a while. That's the only issue I have with it though. Everything else Birth2 does is superior to Mark II, but the inferior voice acting is still a big issue to me, so I thought I'd just let you all know. Anyway, I think I've proved my point enough. Sorry to talk your ears off, but thanks for listening. Let's resume the scene now.
Game industry faces a dire crisis. Shops are boarded up, creators are overworked and starving, and death looms over all game industry men. But the CPUs refuse to let this be game over for their world. Game industry had severed its ties to the chaotic, lawless realm long ago. And yet, ever since the advent of ASIC, the R4 syndicate of international crime, morality has all but vanished. As much as 80% of all students are rumored to worship a being known as R4. Parents, despite knowing it to be a poor deity to worship, have gone ahead and allowed their children to do so. Even the governing bodies of the world have turned a blind eye to it, rather than crush the crisis in its infancy. Well, basically, game industry was pretty messed up, you guys. Thus, did game industry fall into complete and utter disarray. Those who tire of living in this corrupt world are sent to wander the game industry graveyard, forever lost. Kinda like what IF and Compa are experiencing right now. Welcome to the game industry graveyard.
I'm just gonna point it out. That sounded like a complete parody. Like, I couldn't take anything seriously from that. I don't know if I'm alone. Oh, hey, our girls are back!
Finally made it all the way to the game industry graveyard.
Yep. So it seems.
I don't get why you're so scared.
But look at the weird stuff all over the place.
I kind of wish there were subtitles there, but okay.
As its name implies, the game industry graveyard is where those whose time has passed go to rest for eternity.
Okay, I hate to make this comparison. I don't know if any of you have even heard of this film, but the game industry graveyard kind of reminds me of the dream graveyard from Shark Boy and Lava Girl. I wonder if they took inspiration from it, because it's a little similar, if you ask me.
All things you see here were once inhabitants of game industry proper.
Oh, really?
You know, this is why I said it'd be okay if you stayed behind.
No way! I'd never agree to that. I want to help Nep and Gigi, and the other CPUs as well.
And so do I. Hard to believe they've been missing for 3 whole years now.
3 years? What is with the time gap? Good God, does time work differently here? Because there's no way they were here fighting for 3 whole years. I bet time just works differently, because I don't understand how that makes any sense.
It's so stupid of them to make me worry like this.
All will be made right soon. I am certain they are alive, even if they are seriously injured, as long as you possess the Sherasite I had prepared for you.
Sherasite, the crystallized power of the people's faith. If that's true, then you're right. Okay, let's hurry up and find our ladies, Compa.
Okie dokie.
Jeez, this search is taking forever.
Where is our daughter? I'm sorry. But yeah, it's basically the same thing.
Uh-huh. Where do you think everyone could be? Yikes!
Hey, come on! What's with the sudden shouting?
A voice! I heard a moaning voice!
You did? Where? What direction did it come from?
I think it was that way.
Nice. Let's get moving.
Wait a minute. Please don't leave me here alone.
There! It's Nep!
Oh, wow.
Iffy? Compa?
This is not a situation anybody should be in. I'm uncomfortable. Oh man. Typical Neptunia having to provide some fan service. I'm not particularly a fan, but go off, I guess.
Gigi is here too. And look, the other CPUs.
Oh god, I'm uncomfortable.
Awful. Who would restrain them like this?
Yeah, that's pretty bad. Yeah, take it away.
Snap out of it, would ya?
How the hell can she remain conscious in that situation, I have? And she's out.
It's no good. She's still out cold. Man, what's up with these stupid tentacle things?
They look more like cords. Why did you have to make that comparison?
Do not attempt to force them free by hand. Compa, please utilize the Sherasite.
Right. It's somewhere here in my handy-dandy nurse's pouch.
I won't allow it!
Ah!
Who are you? You better not get in our way.
For someone to be insane enough to travel here? Inconceivable!
This voice direction is so weird for this character. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Also, look at his design. You can see he looks like he's made of a controller. I see the L trigger over there and buttons on each side of his shoulders. Man looks like a transformer. He looks like a Decepticon. I'm sorry. I'll stop making comparisons now.
3 long years. I've remained idle for too damn long. It's finally time to destroy!
I don't get his problem, but we've got a fight on our hands. I'll handle him. So go save the CPUs, Compa.
I don't think anybody gets his problem.
You betcha! Please, please wake up! Gigi! Are you back with us? Compa? I'm so happy you're alive! Let me get the other CPUs up too. Ah!
Weak! So pathetically weak! Come on! Make the fight more interesting for me! Come on!
You're so immature.
Hi, here? Well, now I feel stupid that you get to see me in such a sorry state. Be careful. This creep is freakishly strong.
Let me help out too. We have to buy some time so everyone can wake up and regain their strength. I'll fight too.
So the tutorials are basically the same as the last game. There is almost no difference when it comes to the battle mechanics, so I think I'm just gonna skip it. You guys know the gist of it, and if you don't, then I guess go watch my other playthrough. But I'll just teach you along the way, I guess. I'll reteach you.
I'm going at full force!
So this is obviously a practice battle. Yep, get a load of this guy. We fought many shapes like this. By many, I mean 2. But yes, this is the original enemy that has that reskin in the pre-make of this game. Not the pre-make, the prequel. Okay, so I honestly can't do anything but the EX drive because that's what the game wants me to do, so let's do it.
NPDL overdrive. I'll use all I have with it.
Have you? Have you?
Okay, that's not doing anything.
Yeah!
Have you?
One of those enemies that you do 0 damage against, which means it's a fight we're supposed to lose. Sucks. She showed off for nothing.
Really? Is that seriously all the strength you possess?
We're not affecting him at all. Compa, aren't Nep and the others coming too yet?
I don't think they're gonna be waking up anytime soon.
Perhaps the Sherasite was not pure enough to awaken the CPUs proper. Only...
You serious? Then there's nothing else we can do here. Again. I'm going to lose again. No.
Calm down, Nepgear. It's okay.
This was just a waste of my time. I'll finish you all off right now.
No! I'm completely powerless. Wait, if I use what's left of the Sherriside's power, please be enough.
Ah!
Come on.
What? Oh, the lights! My eyes! My eyes! My eyes!
It worked? Nice thinking, Gear. Was it enough?
Huh? Gigi? This is no time to pass out again!
What? What happened? Did she seriously lose consciousness now of all times?
I mean, why wouldn't she? She was bound like that for 3 years. I think anybody would be tired.
Unforgivable. You'll never escape. Once my retinal systems come back online, I'll kill you all!
Pretty sure she did that for you guys to escape, so you better go.
The time has come to withdraw. Nothing more can be done now.
Thank you, Istuar, taking the words right out of my mouth.
You heard her, Compa. Let's hurry up and get Gear out of this place.
Yeah!
Well, that was a thing.
Seems we managed to lose him.
Gigi is way heavier than she looks.
Even after all that, the only one we could help was Gear. Not to mention...
The Sherriside's power was expended, and it shattered when Gigi had to unleash that light. There's no way we can help the CPUs without that.
There is no reason to be so hard on yourselves. Saving Nepgear is a very critical accomplishment.
Then what's next, Istuar?
Return to Planetoon. We shall have Nepgear rest until she has recovered her strength. Besides, I must learn what transpired 3 years ago, even if the memories are painful for her to recall.
Chapter 1, Divine Oratorio.
Good morning.
Alright everyone, now that Nepgear has returned to her normal state, it is time for the annual Teach Me Queen presentation of the character. So, let's learn more about our new protagonist, shall we? Nepgear is Neptune's little sister and the CPU candidate of Planetoon. She is also the sequel's protagonist, obviously. Nepgear, as well as the rest of the CPU candidates, are all based on handheld gaming consoles. Much like her older sister Neptune, Nepgear represents a fictional console, though it is possibly referencing the Sega Game Gear made back in 1991. However, unlike Neptune, Nepgear's console actually does have a name. She calls it the N-Gear, and this console is Nepgear's pride and joy. She usually takes it everywhere she goes, similar to a cell phone. It acts not only as a game console, but it also provides Nepgear with data and information on various things. Nepgear has the personality of many typical anime little sisters. She comes off as a little shy, soft-spoken, uncertain, and usually needing guidance and or help from someone else. But she's very polite and does her best whenever she can, and is usually friendly with pretty much anybody. She looks up to and idolizes her older sister and usually loves to be praised and acknowledged by her. However, she is also a little gullible at times and gets her kindness taken advantage of by others, unfortunately including her sister. Nepgear also has a hobby. She is very smart with technology and is a huge gearhead. She is obsessed with tinkering with machines and building things as well as taking them apart, even at times making her own unique devices. However, since she's just getting introduced in this game, some of these characteristics won't really show much until much later in the series. Alright, that's enough about our girl for now. We'll find out more about her and the story, as well as her growth along the way.
You're finally awake!
What a relief. You were asleep for so long that we were all getting really worried.
How do you feel?
I think I'm fine now. But, I'm really sorry.
If anyone should apologize, it should be me. It was my command that sent you 5 to that battlefield.
Huh? No! I would never blame you. It all went south because I wasn't strong enough.
It may be sudden, but I must ask you to recount what occurred 3 years ago at the Gameindustri Graveyard.
Of course. That's insane! All of you lost against a single opponent?
I'm more shocked that they were there for 3 years.
That's so hard to believe. How could the CPUs lose?
Can I ask a question now? What happened to Gameindustri after we lost that battle? You said it's been 3 years, so...
The fact that she's confused about that proves the time was probably different. Because, yeah, for them to be there for 3 years and them to not notice is kinda strange. I think time in the Gameindustri Graveyard is different than time in Gameindustri itself. Which is pretty wild that they've been up there for 3 years, just fighting. For all they know, it could have been just 3 hours on their part. Why is 3 always the magic number of this game?
The situation is bleak, I am afraid. ASIC, under the assumed command of R4, controls much of the world.
Disc burning, disc copying. Even kids now see piracy as normal and have put their faith in it.
I have a question for you guys, and this is something that's been on my mind for a while now, and if I'm wrong, please let me know, but this is just something that I was thinking about, because while we're on the discussion of piracy, there is something that I wanted to ask if it even compares to piracy or if it is the same as piracy. So, let me know in the comments, is game modding under the same description as piracy? Because I feel like it's similar. When piracy is used in games, they make the game quote-unquote better for some people. And I feel like that's what the modding community does. So, is it the same or is it different? Because if it's the same, then that sucks. Because that means that I enjoy piracy because I enjoy my fair share of modding games or getting mods for games to make them more enjoyable. But yeah, let me know in the comments what the answer or your perceived opinion of it is, because I honestly don't know.
In other words, everyone believes in ASIC, so the faith that powers the CPUs has grown very weak. Making just that one small Sharasite crystal took us nearly all 3 years.
Well, with the CPUs absent from their nations, it's no surprise. We failed to save them.
I swear the perception of time in anime is just like so different. It's like nothing.
And we have come to learn that ASIC's goal is to revive the deity of sin. At the rate our world is declining, they may achieve that goal.
So the deity of sin is R4, which is why the true ending of Rebirth 1 is kind of questionable, because in the true ending of Rebirth 1, R4 becomes good again. But in this game, she's evil again. So I honestly don't know if Rebirth 1 is even the proper start to the series because of that ending. So that's why I said you don't have to watch my playthrough of Rebirth 1 to understand this one. I mean, you can understand it to some degree, but the ending makes it confusing. I don't know why the devs decided to do that, but go off, I guess.
But isn't there anything we can do to stop them?
Yes, one way yet exists, and that way is you, Nepgear. Along with the other CPU's younger sisters, your fellow CPU candidates.
Wait, me? And I'm not the only CPU candidate?
Correct. As you know, only the CPUs themselves and the CPU candidates are able to gather shares. If enough shares are recovered, ASIC and those affiliated with it should weaken.
They want me to collect shares in my sister's stead? I want to help Neptune. I want to help the world. But there's no way I can beat such a strong opponent. I don't have a chance. Isn't that approach too slow? ASIC might be able to gather shares faster than we can reclaim them.
Good point. And even the people who believed in the CPUs probably know they've lost by now.
In that case, we could request assistance from the mascots that reside in each nation.
Like game mascots?
Okay, I'm just gonna say it. This is a very interesting perception that the game is choosing to go with. But what if the mascot for each of the nations is the most popular franchise character in their entire games. So, for example, Planetoon's mascot would probably be Sonic the Hedgehog, and Louise's mascot would probably be Mario. I'm not sure about Lastation and Leanbox though, but that would be kind of funny if they put that into a crossover. I don't think that's the case, but it would be really funny if it was.
Born from the ancient goddesses, they oversee the balance and order of our world in a passive manner.
I mean, let's be real, Supersonic probably would do that if he resided in Planetoon. He probably would be the second best to Neptune herself. Let's be real, Sonic is the golden boy of Sega, and I don't want to hear anyone argue about that.
That is to say, they preside over the nations to ensure prosperity and remain neutral to all else. But when needed, they will stand by the CPUs and rid the world of evil's influence.
I mean, come on, just picture Supersonic and Purple Heart fighting an enemy together. Like, they're fighting R4 and, I don't know, Infinite. That would be really interesting. But, again, that's just me making comparisons.
I had no idea they even existed.
Indeed. Not even I am aware of their precise locations. I have been researching where the mascot for Planetoon resides, but to no avail. I will inform you all once I find something of note. In the meantime, please regain Planetoon's shares. This will also serve to rehabilitate Nepgear's combat ability.
So basically, just practice for the newcomers.
Makes sense. I mean, Gear didn't even move much in the past 3 years, let alone fight.
Well, don't say that in front of her. Talk about insensitive, IF. Isn't she also your child? I'm kidding.
Hey, you listening, Gear?
Huh? Oh, yes.
Very well. Then allow me to give you this.
What is it?
This is the N-Gear. It is a portable device with a multitude of functions. It should prove invaluable to you.
Ah, the origin of the N-Gear. Nepgear is going to be using that thing throughout the franchise a lot. Probably not much in this game, but in others, she will basically use it like a cell phone. So she'll have it with her everywhere in the future. But nice to know that the origin is that Iswar gave it to her. I always thought that Nepgear made it herself. Guess I was wrong. Yeah, the Lily rank system. It's just as useless as it was in the last game. So, what now?
Should we get some work at the guild?
The guild, huh? Oh right, you've never been there yourself, have you, Gear? We get all sorts of work and orders from all over Gameindustri there. We take on an assignment, complete it, report the results, and get paid. Pretty simple, right? Although, actually doing it once may give you a better idea of the flow. Let's go.
Hello, we'd like to sign up for some fun work, please.
Huh, only one work order today. Let's see. Quest overview. Defeat the Dogus that are overpopulating Virtua Forest. Reports of travelers being attacked by packs of Dogus. Terminate them. Well, that works for us.
Virtua Forest is very close to us, and the Mr. Dogus aren't very tough enemies.
Okay, but am I ready for this? You'll be fine. Come on, let's head to Virtua Forest. Basically the same rules as the last game, same stuff. This is just information for newcomers. Alright, so we do have an event in Planetoon, and we do have some chirpers to talk to. So let's talk to the chirper. What? Oh! Oh my god! I think we found it, guys! We have officially found Neptune's persona. Oh my god. I can't believe the game did that.
Boingy jump, boingy jump, jump! I'm a kangaroo!
I'm sorry, I had to. You know Neptune's knack with that. Okay. We've seen him before. Hey, Miss Manuel's back. She's gonna be in every game, just letting you all know. And who is this? Well, that was confusing. Let's go to the events in Planetoon first. There's probably some spoken events. Poor Nepgear, she's so insecure. I know the feeling, though. This seems like an event. Hi, you work for Planetoon's Guild, right? Or I mean, you're still employed there? Of course. Although with the way things are, it's more of a part-time job right now. I'm sorry. It's because of me, right? Nope, don't sweat it. Even if I'm out of the office, it won't affect the organization much. There are plenty of other agents. That reminds me, I wanted to ask what the guild actually, does. Espionage, generally. Guild stuff. Acquiring confidential intelligence from other nations, spread misinformation to stir up politicians, or sometimes... That doesn't sound very nice. Don't get the wrong idea, we've only handled criminal syndicates like ASIC lately. Especially these last 3 years. We've been sneaking into other nations and gathering information about them. Thanks to those efforts, I found out just how serious the trouble is facing game industry. Oh, I'm sorry. It's my fault too. I said not to worry about it. I've only been able to gather intel, not act on the information received. But we're together now, right? So let's save game industry together. Yes, let's do it. That's the spirit. Let's do our best. Okay. So some lily ranks increase when cutscenes happen, which is an interesting way that the game has changed a little bit. I mean, I'd say that makes some sense. So let's interact with Compa next. She seems to also have an event for us. Gigi, how are you feeling today? I feel good, all thanks to your care, Compa. It was my pleasure. I'm glad my treatment was effective. Oh, I see. Only Compa gets thanked. No, I'm grateful to you too. I mean, if you never came to save me, who knows what would have happened? But that does make me wonder, why exactly did you two try to save us in the first place? What do you mean? You work at the guild under Restore, so I understand IF. But Compa's got her life as a nurse to consider. That's an easy question to answer. I just wanted to save you. And I appreciate it, really. But that's not what I'm asking. I mentioned it to her in passing that I was going to save everyone, and then she insisted on going with me. She forced you to let her come? Despite her usual demeanor, she's a pretty stubborn woman, and she was particularly hard-headed about this. Of course I was! Everything I do is just for Gigi, and for Nep, and for everyone. That makes me kind of jealous. What are you saying, I have? Did you just say something? No, just muttering to myself about something completely unrelated. We saved Gigi, but we couldn't get Nep. I'm going to stay in this party until we save everyone. I think IF might have a thing for Compa, which is understandable. She had a thing for Vert in the last game. So I'm probably gonna skip over the chirpers just like I always do, unless those chirpers have events. Because that is a change that the game made. That some chirpers have events, that have cutscenes. Oh my god. Nice. Okay, so let's check out the shop. We probably have, nothing. We have absolutely nothing. But yeah, it's essentially the same as Rebirth 1. Alright, in that case, let's head to Virtual Forest.
Time to depart.
Again, same stuff. Same stuff. So honestly, guys, I hate to make yet another comparison to Sonic, but Virtual Forest is essentially the Green Hill, the Green Hill Zone of Neptunia, because it is in every single game as the first stage. Every single mainline anyway, and then probably some spin-offs too. But yeah, this game has Virtual Forest, and it seems to look different in every single game, but it is there. Alright, Let's just head to this event since nothing is here. Oh, I see some doggoos. Ready? Yep. Yes. All right, let's do this. Doggoo! Okay, I will describe this again.
I guess I'll take you on.
So yes, battle system is exactly the same as Rebirth 1. So, you have your 3 hits. The rush hit consists of the most hits. The power hit is the strongest hit, and only happens once or twice. And the break hit demolishes the guard the quickest. See? Right there, a guard break. So you pretty much kill it with anything after that. So Compa can't do anything, so I'm just going to guard. Okay, now Compa can have her chance to shine. Sometimes power hits also break guards. It all depends really, but the break hits make the guard break the quickest.
Great. Let's finish this quest up and go collect our reward.
Okay, I'm gonna point something out that's kind of interesting. In Mark 2, I hate to make another comparison to the pre-make of the game, but this scene was actually not voiced in Mark 2. So, I suppose I give Rebirth 2 props for voicing this scene, because I think it did need to be voiced.
Doggo!
Goodness, it's hopping away! Hold it right there! It's really turning this into a chore. All right, Doggo, we've got you cornered now.
Doggo! Doggo! Doggooey!
Yikes! So many doggoos!
What are they doing?
Doggo!
They've evolved.
Doggo! Doggo!
Did they just combine?
Whoa, it's massive. Things just got more challenging for us. Oh, I know. Gear, go ahead and transform. That'll make this a snap.
Transform?
You know, hard drive divinity, HDD. You haven't used it since coming back, right? Here's your chance.
Iffy, you just want to see Gigi in her super pretty HDD form.
Oh my god, why don't you call her out more, Compa? Wow. I mean, I guess she's not wrong. Is she, IF? Do you have a thing for Nepgear too? Is there something you're not telling us? I'm kidding.
Fight. Activate HDD and fight.
Huh? What's the matter with you?
I can't do it. I'm too scared to use it.
Iffy! You're being a big bully to Gigi right now.
Here comes Compa being a mom again. Don't be so hard on Gigi, Iffy. You know she suffered some trauma in those 3 years that she was in that horrible place. Okay, I get it. No need to be so harsh, Compa. They're literally parents of both Neptune and Nepgear. Don't at me.
Ugh, that wasn't my intention. Jeez, fine. Let's just beat it up the old-fashioned way.
Yep, this is just explaining the guard break. I already explained this though.
I guess I'll take you on.
Okay, so this is essentially our first boss. Or it's rather the practice boss. I don't think we can lose. Oh yeah, look at that. We're already breaking the guard.
Prepare yourself.
And it's already broken, so let's just destroy it.
Please prepare yourself. Leave it to me. This may hurt a bit.
There we go.
Making
Easy
Gameindustri
win.
peaceful again.
Easy win. I just used a bunch of power hits after the guard broke. Usually gets the job done. Whew. That went better than I had hoped. Are you okay, Gear? I'm so sorry. Just forget it. We completed the quest, so let's go and turn our report and collect our reward. Okay. Okay, guys, I think I'm actually going to end the episode right here. I think we've gone far enough to end it. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you had as much fun as I did, and I hope to see you guys in the next episode. So next time on Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth 2 Sisters Generation, sorry, I need to practice that, we are going to go turn in our quest at the guild and see where that takes us next. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I'm probably going to grind a little bit off screen before I come live next week. This is the Nip Queen officially signing off. It was nice to see you all again, and I hope you enjoy this series. Bye-bye!